कर्णाटक विधानसभा निर्वाचन पर आज घोषणा हेब तारीख आज 11:30 निर्वाचन कमिशन एक सांबादिक सम्मेलन करी तेज वर्तमान आसतु देखा यार सीधा प्रसारण
with reference to 1st January, and the final publication was done on 28th of February 2018. The number of electors in the draft roll were 4.90 crores, in the final rolls 4.96 crores. To be exact, 4,96,82,357. Repeat. In the draft roll 4.90 crores, and in the final roll 4,96,82,357, as against 4,36,85,000 voters in 2013 election. Out of this, males 2,51,79,219, females 2,44,76,840. And happy to note that elector population ratio in Karnataka is 72, which is very close to whatever is the ratio of population above 18 years to the total population, and even gender ratio is very close. Like census 2011 gender ratio is 973, and in electoral rolls it has come up to 972, so it is very close to the ground reality. As regards electoral rolls, we have photo electoral rolls almost 100%. To be exact, 99.47% are photo electoral rolls. Only a few photographs are not available. And electors' photo identity cards have also been issued to 97.46%. However, we also issue photo voter slips 7 days before the day of poll to all the voters, so that to facilitate them to come to polling station and vote. This can be used as even identity document. With the photo voter slip, a voter guide will also be given to each family. This will be in Kannada, and whomsoever wants in English will be in English. As regards polling station, in 2013, 52,034 polling stations were there, and now after this final publication and rationalization of polling stations, 56,696 polling stations are there, an increase of almost 9%. This year the theme of Election Commission is accessible elections, and therefore we have a special focus on affording convenient registration and voting to persons with disabilities. With that in view, assured minimum facilities at all polling stations have been reviewed by the Commission in their first visit to the state of Karnataka, and you will be happy to note that this aspect is being taken care of by the local administration on top priority. Then voter facilitation. For this, in order to fulfill the statutory requirements under Rule 31 of the Conduct of Elections Rule 1961, and to provide accurate and relevant information for voter awareness and information at each polling station, the Commission has also directed that uniform and standardized voter facilitation posters shall be displayed on all polling stations for greater facilitation. And voter assistance booth will also be set up at every polling station to augment the voter facilitation. Special arrangements are being made for women. In fact, all women managed polling stations, including the security, will be 5 in every urban constituency and 1 in every rural constituency. So in all, more than 450 polling stations will be managed by all women. As you all know, that Commission had committed to all parties that along with the electronic voting machines, VVPAT shall be deployed in all future elections, and therefore, in line with that decision, all polling stations will have electronic voting machine and VVPAT deployed there. As regards VVPAT counting, the same pilot phase, one randomly selected polling station, slips to be counted, will apply here. Then photographs of the candidates will also be available on the ballot, which will be affixed to the electronic voting machine, so that every voter can see. This information is very important for the voters, and the Commission would like that through you it reaches all the voters of Karnataka. Then electronically transmitted postal ballot, as notified in 2017, will be available to all service voters and all voters who are serving in Indian missions abroad. Final publication of service voter rolls has been done on 31st January in Karnataka, and continuous updation is on. Then affidavits. As you may be aware that according to judgment of 13th September by Supreme Court, 13th September 2013, it is obligatory for the returning officer to check whether the information required is fully furnished by the candidate at the time of filing of affidavit with the nomination paper, and it should have all the details of antecedents of all the cases, criminal cases where charges have been framed. Then additional affidavit for no dues. This is in pursuance of Delhi High Court's order in Krishak Bharat versus Union of India, that for Parliament and State Legislature, an affidavit needs to be filed with no dues, so that it is clear that all the utilities, if government accommodation was occupied by the candidate, the no dues certificate is there. Then certain changes have been brought in forms and affidavit in Form 26, which are already there on the Commission's website and have been informed to all the CEOs to be brought to the notice of all the prospective candidates. Now, Model Code of Conduct. As you may be aware that from the day of announcement, immediately, Model Code of Conduct comes into effect immediately. From now onwards, all the provisions will apply to the whole of the state of Karnataka and will be applicable to all the candidates, political parties, state government. The Model Code of Conduct shall also be applicable to the Union of India, Union government, in so far as announcements, policy decisions pertaining to the state of Karnataka are concerned. Commission has taken certain community people-friendly measures like preventing public nuisance. Commission have instructed that eco-friendly substances must be used for all kind of campaign propaganda material, like use of plastic, polythenes, flaxes. All those things should not be there, because these are not biodegradable and cause a lot of environmental hazards. Similarly, use of loudspeakers also is regulated to ensure that people can sleep in night, that it cannot be used between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. and also not in the vicinity of certain institutions, especially educational institutions and where people gather together for important deliberations, hospitals, etc. Law and order. This is very important because Karnataka elections have seen certain offences in the past elections, and therefore Commission has decided to deploy adequate central armed police force to maintain law and order, to have area domination, to ensure that people refrain from indulging in any kind of violence or any kind of breaking of law. It will be monitored on regular basis by the CEOs, by the DEOs in districts, and even Commission will be monitoring closely. Then protection of voters of weaker sections. Commission has given directions to all concerned that voters belonging to all weaker sections, especially scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, minorities, women, disabled, they should be provided full protection to ensure that they are facilitated to participate freely, fearlessly in the polling process. Karnataka is also expenditure sensitive state, and therefore election expenditure monitoring, SOP, instructions, guidelines, etc. have been issued in detail, which will be enforced. Flying squads will be there with GPS, so that any complaint coming, it can easily be monitored that whatever spot is in the complaint, the flying squad is going in that direction, so that there is no delay in giving response. Standard operating procedure for seizure and release of cash to avoid any harassment for the normal activities, normal business and social activities is avoided. Whenever people are carrying cash with documents, that need not be seized. However, if documents are not there at that time, it will be seized. But if those documents are produced within time to the committee constituted for the purpose, it will be released forthwith. As you know, for candidates in Legislative Assembly, the ceiling on expenditure is 28 lakhs in Karnataka. There is, however, no ceiling on expenditure of political parties, as is the case for everywhere. The change which recently came in was expenditure incurred on candidate's booth near the polling station. That will be added to the expenditure of the candidate. So it will be accounted for in the ceiling amount. And this is because Commission is providing voter facilitation booth at every polling station, so no candidate needs to put up that booth, because parties were complaining that these booths are set up and then slips are issued with party symbols, name of candidate and all those things. So to avoid that, Commission has put in place this system. Final accounts by candidates are supposed to be submitted within 30 days of declaration of result and within 75 days by the political parties on completion of the elections. Then media. Media has always been friend of Election Commission, and I would urge friends that it all depends on you, that anything going wrong, any aberrations being witnessed, anything which is not according to the model code or according to the laws, instructions, rules, regulations should be highlighted in public domain, so that the enforcement agencies, DOs, Commission can get to know and ensure that immediate effective action is taken. Paid news, media certification and monitoring committees are already in place. The training is going on, and most districts it may be completed. They will be ensuring monitoring of the media and cases of paid news in print as well as electronic media. Pre-certification of advertisement, these NCMC committees will be doing as per the requirement of law, pre-certification of all advertisements in the electronic media. However, as regards print media, you may be aware that Commission has been taking this step in the last 48 hours before the conclusion of poll. So this time also we will be ensuring that that step is taken. Then systematic voters education and electoral participation program has been going on in Karnataka, and just before the polls it has been really stepped up, and a lot of good work has been done. In fact, cricketer Rahul Dravid is their state icon, and a lot of videos, a lot of appeals by him have been telecast, are being shown in social media to motivate young voters to come forward to register and vote.